Today we are testing a powerful device that integrates sound with KNX in a very simple and effective way. Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. Today we are having a test on this beast. This device is the Trivum SC344m. This is a multi-zone streamer amplifier that also works with the KNX integration. The device has been brought from a system integrator. He wants to see how this device will be integrated with KNX. So today we'll be testing the device, and most of our testing will be focused on KNX integration. What we have in the back of the device, we have a power connection. We have some adapters in here to connect the audio cables to the device itself. We have brackets for the rack mounted, because this is a rack mounted device, and it has a tuner, so we have also an adapter for the antenna itself. You have inputs and outputs. This one is a 4-zone, so you have for each zone inputs and outputs, different type of inputs, different type of outputs for each zone. So you also have an antenna, so you can also run it with an amplifier with an FM tuner. The main issue I faced with this device that I am not equipped with testing audio systems. So in my office here, I don't have a lot of speakers, I don't have MP3 players, I don't have NAS storage for MP3s. I'm not a fan of music, what can I say? So I was testing it using the tuner, and let me show you how I connected with the tuner.
Now I have here, this is somehow an antenna. Okay, it's a cable, but I will use it here as an antenna. Now I'm connecting it to the FM adapter. So now I can get some kind of reception from the FM antenna. Connecting the Ethernet cable, so I can get my IP communication on, and connecting the power cable, as you can see. Now all connected. What I have here is the speaker. Let me get the volume a little bit louder. Here you can see that I have speakers connected to the output of zone 1. I also have the FM connected to the antenna.
Since this is an IP device and I need to test it with KNX, then I have to put more devices in my testing. So I have my KNX kit, you know about it. I also need to integrate it using IP connection. This is the IP interface or router from ABB. It has a main power and an auxiliary power and an Ethernet connection. And if you're not aware about this device, check the IP communication video that we had before. We talked about this device. So this will be the interface between my KNX system as a TP and the Trivum as an IP system, which supports KNX/IP. To test it as well, I need also to integrate it with a player. In this case, I used the ABB 5-inch screen. Very nice screen actually, very rigid, has a lot of features. The only downside about this screen that you have to be careful, because the back box is not the standard 7x7 or 3x3 back box, but it's a little bit bigger, and normally it comes with a mounting box for it. So whenever you are ordering this 5-inch screen, you have to make sure that you order also the back box for this screen. And now I'll be integrating this together. We'll integrate that with the system here and see how we control the Trivum system with this screen from KNX system as well. Now the Trivum is connected to my Ethernet connection. Now how to access the Trivum? I can access it first via its IP address. So I need to find out what IP address I got from the Trivum. How to find it out? In a very simple way, I can use the IP scanner. This is the IP scanner here. If you're not aware about the IP scanner or how to use it, you can go back to the IP communication video. You found it on YouTube. This is a very important video if you want to know how to integrate IP systems with KNX. You go to scan here. I'm getting now the available IPs in my system. Here I can find that the Trivum is taking an IP address of, let's see, where is the Trivum? Here's the Trivum 53. So if I go here is the address of the Trivum, the 53, and from the Trivum I can go like that. This is the Trivum interface. Okay, this is the tuner I'm using now. Let me try to test the tuner. As you can see, this is the tuner now. I can increase the volume from here, decrease it from here. This is the interface of Trivum itself, and I can change the channels from here. How to make a setup for this? Let's see the KNX setup. System settings, go to edit all settings, go to KNX. And now everything you have in KNX is here, okay? So as an example, if you want to go for one of the zones, here you have 4 zones, this is one of the zones, and all the functions you can integrate in the zone is available here. What you need to do is only write a group address that will act in this zone. So if you want to mute or unmute the zone 1, okay, then you need to put a group address here, and then this group address in KNX you can send a 0 or a 1. So what I have here, I set up some group address for that. So I have for the mute, I have for the volume, and this 1 byte by the way, and I have it for the default tuner, and I have it for the next and back. Now if I go to my KNX file, here I have a simple KNX file, and as you can see, I have here in the project the ABB touch screen. It's already set up, and the setup is very simple. It has a DCA. So once you come here, go to parameters, ask you to go for the DCA, go for the DCA, and what I put is I go to the home page, and then I set it on audio control here. From here you can just drag and drop audio control, and here you have all the settings for the audio control. I had it only for one source because I only have the tuner. I called it tuner, and I set up for the next, for the mute, for the volume, all these things I need. If you go now to the group address, I have created some group address for that. Let me first make this a little bit low. So let me, like that, that's better. Here I have the group address, and I set up the group addresses starting with the 5. So the first group address is the main, and then the middle is audio, and I have some group address that I can use. I have the volume here, which I linked with this group object from the screen. I have the tracks next and back, I have the mute, I have the on off. Okay, and now I'm using it. Let's test it together on the screen itself.
Now this is the interface, the centered audio interface on the ABB screen. You have here, you can increase the volume or you can lower the volume if you want. Here I'm increasing the volume. It is the volume increasing or decreasing the volume of the song or the played track. Here you can mute if you want to mute, and you have full control. Here you have the volume. Next, the back, you have both controls for the tracks that you are trying to use.
To the ETS, and if you go to group monitor, as I told you, you'll be able here to see the group address that was sent. It was sent, as you can see from the screen. This is the address, this is the source. The destination is the group address itself. So here is all the settings I did for the volume. Here is what I did for the track, for the muting, and everything you can see, even with the value of it. The good thing also about the Trivum, that it also has some kind of has a KNX monitor, so all the group address coming here will be available here if you have an IP interface connected. That's it for the Trivum, a very powerful device because it allows you to integrate the audio system itself with your KNX system, the whole KNX system. Okay, you can integrate it now with the keypad because the keypad will be sending group address. You can integrate with a server or a mobile application because you'll be using also the group address. So this idea of having the group address communicated by the IP interface is very powerful because it screens all the issues or the audio system from you. Only you are using the group address which you know about it from the KNX. The other ways to integrate sound systems, Sonos is very famous in integrating sound systems. Some other sound systems or some other servers integrate with some other sound systems, and some streamers come already with a KNX TP connection, so you don't need the IP connection that we had here. Now we tested the device. We'll be happy now to send it back to our system integrator. Now he can use it in his project. If you have any device that you want to test, let us know. Send it to us. We'll try to test and let you know. I'm Wissam, KNX consultant, KNX certified tutor. And if you have a question, send us. See you inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.